Hello and welcome. So, I decided to make a goodbye to Heavensward video. Initially I wasn't going to, but I thought why not, just to reflect on it, just the same way I did a goodbye to a Realm Reborn video. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So, what can I say, guys? It's been an interesting couple of years with Heavensward, and my initial thought of it was kind of underwhelming, because the story basically, the end of 2.55 was insane. I won't spoil it for you if you haven't seen it yet, but that was crazy amazing. But then Heavensward launched, it was kind of like sad. It was kind of like, you know, it was almost like a memorial. You know, it's sort of like, let's remember the great times that was a Realm Reborn and then just cry about it for like the next 2 years. And as well, there was a huge amount of time between patch 3.0 and 3.1, so it was a good 5+ months. And in that time, I managed to finish the story, I got my main to 60, I finished all Crafters and Gatherers to 60, and in between somehow managed to finish Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Until Dawn, and a couple of other single-player games beginning to end. I managed to finish 5 or 6 single-player games before 3.1 launched. And Heavensward launching was great for my channel, you can imagine. It was, you know, because I've got more than 1,000 videos about Final Fantasy XIV on this YouTube channel, like, my channel doubled. You know, I was getting more than 10,000 views a day, lots of new subscribers, la 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 la. But then, as the content was sort of going down and down and down, it just, like, the channel went down with it. You know, it went down and down and down. The channel almost died, literally. And I don't know, to be perfectly honest, if it ever recovered since, because I find even new channels making Final Fantasy content get ranked higher than me on YouTube. So I get a good amount of consistent views, but I don't get any exposure from YouTube whatsoever. So what can I do? And now the thing is, like, what I'm happy about with Heavensward is that we already established a great FC, and the FC is still running. Even 2 years later, Mithrie's Heaven is still an active FC, and we are recruiting now for Stormblood. And the other things that were nice as well, they did learn from their mistakes in some regards. Like, my initial reaction to Red Scripts was, like, I might even link you to in the video, in the description, of my reaction to it. I thought it was terrible, because it turned a fun pastime, which is crafting, into a job. And I do not appreciate that. You know, it's like, the thing I loved about crafting throughout all of A Realm Reborn was the fact that I could choose to do it whenever I liked. Whenever, wherever, everything I like. 100% to choose. Whereas by adding a weekly cap to it, you then turn it into like an obliged weekly job, rather than a fun pastime. And I am very happy that they've said initially that they're getting rid of the weekly cap in Stormblood, and let's hope they stick to that, because that's all crafting is. It's a hobby. It's not a main class, and that's the way I've always felt about crafting. Even though people regard me as Mr. Crafting, you know, it's an additional. It's not a main class. Now, other things I'm happy I managed to get done during Heavensward. I'm happy I managed to hit level 60 everything before Stormblood launched. So that was one of my targets. I managed to hit that. And it's also one of my targets in Stormblood. So my target in Stormblood as well is to be 70 everything. And regardless how long it takes, basically. Because that will keep me occupied. That will keep me occupied at least for 4, 5, maybe 6 months for all I know. So then hopefully it will soften the gap between 4.0 and 4.1. And also, more than anything, what I'm grateful for is just the friendships I've built. You know, the channels continue to grow, both on YouTube and now back on Twitch. I'm now back on Twitch doing the live streams. And basically, you know, we have friends now. We've, you know, 14 friends. We've been friends for going on 4 years, and we're welcoming new people every day, which is what I really like. And what I really like as well about the FC is that it is growing in terms of community as well. So we all are hanging out on Discord, and we are chatting basically every day, even when I'm not streaming. It's not all about me. So initially, when I started doing the voice thing, it's like the second I would log off, everyone else would log off. But now, quite often, I log in there and see people already talking, which is the way I would like it to be. And yeah, now in terms of excitement, I have already reflected on this in another video. I can talk a lot about Stormblood. I am very excited for Stormblood, but we haven't seen it yet. So maybe in a couple of years when I'm doing the Goodbye Stormblood video, I'll have maybe bad things to say. But for now, all the excitement is there. We're very much eager to get into it, eager to see what we have in store for us in the future. And what I'm most looking forward to be perfectly honest, is just exploring new zones. Like, I've been running around these zones now for years. So obviously the Realm Reborn one's for nearly 4 years, and the Heavensward one for 2 years. So it would be nice to have some variety. And yeah, now the thing is, I'll be perfectly honest with you guys in like watching me on YouTube. I am happy this expansion is coming to an end. It did not do justice for 14, in my opinion. It was a good expansion. It was not great, you know. So if I gave it a score out of 10, I would give it a 6. Maybe 6.5 if I'm generous. You know, it did not, you know, it was not a good sequel to Bahamut, the Calamity, all the excitement of patch 2.55, and all the thrill of the game being relaunched in A Realm Reborn. It definitely wasn't. Of course, that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about Heavensward. I've always said, even from the beginning, that that I wasn't all that excited about it. And like, given that Stormblood is going into the idea that we are going to be fighting with the Alamegan resistance to take back Alamigo, then hopefully that will be a lot more exciting, basically. Because I said, that's what I want. I want war, basically. I'm like dying for war in a game, obviously not in real life. And what can I say? That's all I really have to say about Heavensward, and we will see going forward how it goes. So all I'll say is goodbye Heavensward, rest in peace, and I'll be sure to walk your corridors at random times in the future as need be. But otherwise, you know, as they say, heed the crystal's call. I'll see you in A Realm Reborn. I will see you in Stormblood, and remember that we are recruiting for the FC on Sargatana server. So thank you guys, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie. Bye guys.